Other cities are losing people like crazy, but more and more are coming to Charlotte every year. I've been here most of my life, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. So if you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, or you wonder why everybody keeps talking about coming here, this video is for you. All right, so this video is going to be very data heavy. It's going to give us a look at migration numbers and what's happening in Charlotte, and it's totally changing the way people are moving around America. Charlotte gained 57,300 residents from July 2023 till July 2024 through migration alone. That daily migration has increased from 83 people a day in 2021 to 117 people a day in 2023 to 157 people a day in 2024. In other words, it's getting bigger. That's a 34% increase in daily migration in just 1 year between 2023 and 2024. The Charlotte Concord Gastonia MSA ranks 9th nationwide for net domestic migration, outperforming Boston, Philadelphia, Nashville, Los Angeles, Raleigh, and Minneapolis, among plenty of other cities. That's a 20% population growth since 2010 and a 32% increase in the 20 to 34 age demographic. All totaled, about 471,750 people relocated from 2014 to 2023. And all 14 counties in the region have posted positive population gains. And if these numbers surprise you, just wait until I tell you about some of the tax perks that I'm going to go over in just a bit. Everybody knows that people move to Charlotte from New York and California, but what we might not have understood is in 2022, Virginia actually topped the list at about 45,365 new residents in our market. And interestingly, about 49% of Charlotte's new residents are actually internationals. Now, this brings me to the first reason people keep moving to Charlotte, and that's something that affects your daily life in ways you might not even notice. But before we dive in, if you're serious about making smart real estate choices and want the kind of information that most agents won't tell you, hit that subscribe button. This channel is going to unlock Charlotte's hottest neighborhoods, investment chances, and market trends that could save you thousands on your next move. One of the things that people move to Charlotte for? It's weather. We have 212 sunny days per year, 2,820 sunshine hours annually, about 7.7 hours of daily sunshine, and about 55% of sunshine even in December and January. Compare that with New York or New Jersey or the Pacific Northwest, but only about 2 to 4 inches of annual snowfall. Now compare that to New York, New Jersey, or the Pacific Northwest. Winter highs range from 40 to 50, and summer highs in the high 80s and low 90s, with only about 40 days annually above 90 degrees. And 216 frost-free days per year, with only about half of winter days actually falling below freezing. And this year-round comfort ties right into something that's turning into a big quality of life factor for people deciding where they want to live, and that's outdoor activities. Charlotte's outdoor scene competes with places that people travel all the way across the country to see, but it's just here in your backyard. There's about 17,600 acres of park space throughout the region, and Freedom Park has 98 acres of walking trails and lake. Little Sugar Creek Greenway has scenic paths connecting different parts of the city, and the National Whitewater Center has world-class facilities right here in Charlotte. Now, if you're looking for hiking, Crowder's Mountain State Park is a place that you could go hiking, rock climbing, and has skyline views of the city. And even with all this outdoor access and all the growth that's happening, Charlotte's housing market has some surprising trends that actually work in favor of buyers right now, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. One of the coolest things about our city is there's 25 or more top hiking destinations within a 2-hour drive, and we have access to waterfalls, state parks, and the Blue Ridge Mountains. And that's not even talking about the beaches yet, which is about 3 to 4 hours away. It's one thing to move here to have all these things to go do, but you have to have work to be able to fund it. Well, here's the deal. Charlotte's job scene shows the kind of variety that brings long-term stability, not just quick opportunities. There's about 1.6 million jobs regionally, with about 220 billion in gross regional product. There's only about a 3.6% unemployment rate, which is well below the national average. 91% of our growth is in tech work since 2010, and Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Truist are major operations, with about 91,000 people employed in finance and insurance and a 32% job growth rate since 2016. And the fintech talent has also grown about 77% from 2011 to 2016. And if you're talking about technology, well, we've got that too. 45,000 tech workers at companies like Microsoft, IBM, Oracle, and Cisco, with about 3% projected job growth and about 5,000 jobs expected in 2024 and 2025. If you're looking at manufacturing, we've got 50,000 plus jobs and 2% projected growth growth rate, 915 jobs expected in 2024 and 25. For example, Siemens Energy has a $149.8 million investment with 475 jobs coming online. And then there's Green New Energy Materials with a $140 million investment and about 545 jobs. Healthcare is also one of our biggest industries with about 137,000 individuals employed and contributes about $13.4 billion to the regional economy. That growth rate is expected at about 11% with 3,121 jobs expected in 2024 and 2025. But if we're talking about long-term planning and you've got kids or you're thinking about starting a family, school becomes a huge part of that decision about moving. So here's some data that actually shows the North Carolina schools and why families are picking Charlotte over other southeastern cities. Charlotte-Mecklenburg school data ranks 10th out of 115 North Carolina public school districts. 89.1% of these meet or exceed growth expectations, and 123 schools, or about 70%, earn an A, B, or C performance. 31 schools were removed from low-performing designations, and in grades 3 through 8, about 5.2% increase in reading scores and 4.6% increase in math scores. Both of these outperform state averages. And if the schools surprise you, we're going to be talking about taxes in just a minute, and I'll get to those. But nationwide, Chapel Hill Carrboro City Schools are number 1 in the state. Union County Public Schools are number 42 out of 242 districts, and multiple districts rank at the top tier nationally. And for higher education, we have schools like Duke University, UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina State, and actually in Charlotte is UNC Charlotte, which awarded 8,573 degrees in 2023. Now, if all the talk about schools and job variety sound great, let's get to the elephant in the room that everybody's curious about. Okay, let me give you the straight up truth about Charlotte's housing market right now, including some recent changes that are creating chances for buyers who know how to work this market. The median home price in Charlotte is $401,566, which is down 1.6% year over year, or it's about 15% cheaper than the national average. Active listings rose 8.1% in May of 2025. There's about 5,300 properties available in the region, and that's a 42% increase year over year. Now, days on market has also increased from 24 days on market to 32, and the income required has dropped from $152,000 in 2023 to $138,000 in 2024. And if you think that these housing savings are impressive, just wait until I talk about the relocation guide that we've put together just for you, so make sure to stick around for that. When we compare to the national market, we're about 12% lower in housing expenses than the national average, and that usually includes more space and amenities than equivalent coastal markets. But here's where Charlotte gets more appealing money-wise, and it's something that's going to save you money every year. North Carolina's tax setup shows why living in Charlotte can actually be profitable compared to the high state taxes that most people are leaving for this area. North Carolina levies a flat income tax rate of 4.5% in 2024, dropping to 4.25% in 2025 and 3.99% in 2026. Compare that to California's top marginal rate is 13.3 for incomes over $1 million. New York's top rate is 10.9. New Jersey's is 10.75. North Carolina's average effective property rate is 0.73%, and Mecklenburg's county is 49.72 cents per 100 of assessed value. On a $400,000 assessed home, this yields annual taxes of approximately $1,971 when compared to the Northeast and Northwest, which occur $8,000 to $15,000 annually, maybe more. And when you combine state and local sales taxes, it averages about 7%. And that's about 4.75 to the state and about 2.75 to local. And North Carolina also has no estate tax. North Carolina ranks 32nd nationally for total state and local tax burden, placing it in the lower 1/3 of states. And among all of our southeastern neighbors, only Virginia has a higher total tax burden than North Carolina. If you've made it so far in this video, you're probably serious about making a move to Charlotte, and I want to give you something that'll help you make this big decision. Listen, we've put together a complete Charlotte relocation guide that covers everything we've talked about today, plus all the details that you'll need to make a smart decision. We're talking about neighborhood breakdowns, cost of living calculators, tax scenarios, and a timeline for planning your move. This guide is all about Charlotte with insider information on the best areas for different lifestyles, hidden costs that most real estate agents never mention, and tips for timing your move to get the best deals on housing. You can grab your copy by clicking the link in the description below. No email spam, no sales pitches, just real information that you need if you're thinking about joining the 157 people per day who are moving to Charlotte. Charlotte's migration success comes from a perfect mix of factors. The city has grown from a regional spot to a national migration hub, competing with much bigger metro areas while keeping the quality of life, job opportunities, and affordability that started this boom in the first place. If you're looking for the best combo of career options, weather, cost of living, and community, Charlotte clearly comes out on top in this interstate migration game. The question isn't whether people will keep moving here. The question is whether you want to be a part of this growth. If you're ready to make a move to Charlotte, reach out to us today, info@jwhitegroup.com, or book a call in the description below. Don't wait. Let's make this year the year you find your dream home. And before you go, check out our next video picked just for you, linked right here. In this one, we dive even deeper into the topic and break down why people are leaving bigger cities to live in Charlotte. And if you still need more convincing, this video is a must watch. We'll see you there.